Ladies and gentlemen, I proudly welcome you to Marley State of Mind. You know what the fuck it is. You know what time it is, motherfucker. Let's go. It's a motherfucking podcast. Yeah, it's a motherfucking podcast. Hey, it's a goddamn podcast. Yeah, it's a motherfucking podcast, bitch. Yeah, it's a podcast, bitch. It's a goddamn podcast.
What up? What up? What up? You now tuned in to the livest podcast in the world. I'm your host. It's Marley, and today I have a very special guest with me. Y'all know how I like to do it. I always like to let you know how I came across this artist, how I was introduced to this artist. This man, I was listening to Prince of the City 2 for the first time, and one of my favorite songs from the project was a song called "I Got What You Need." And the first verse on this project caught my attention, and I was like, "Damn, who is this?" The style was different, you know what I mean? Everything was a little bit different, and it was crazy to me. So me and my friend at the time, Money SL at the time, Shawnsky, we're going to ID Labs a lot, and we're recording. And at this time, I run into the artist that was from that verse, Lavish, and Lavish was making music at that time real crazy, and he was doing some shit that was ahead of the time with the auto tune and the sing. A lot of cats wasn't into that, especially in the city. And ever since then, I've been locked in. We've been locked in. I like to welcome my guest Lavish to the studio. Welcome to Bunch of Bull Studio, bro.
Hey, what's up? What's up, man? I'm glad to be here.
How you feeling?
I'm all right. Can't complain.
Indeed. Yeah, man. That was crazy times, huh?
Yeah, that was actually one of the best times for real to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. The city was buzzing. You know what I mean? At that time, everything that the motion that you and bro had going on at that time was so crazy. And, you know, nobody was really popping like that prior to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And even that project, even those sounds, like who was that on the beat? Sledgerin?
A lot of sledging.
Yeah,
Sledging,
man.
Josh, you know.
Yeah. Shout out to Josh for sure. But that sound was so crazy, right? Like ahead of his time, like timeless.
No, for sure.
Even to this day.
Mm-hmm.
How was that for you, bro? How'd you feel at that time? Where was you at? Like,
well, at that time?
Yeah. Where was you at?
Man, at that time, I wasn't even like really into music for real, like, but I was doing it.
Yeah.
Because I was like, well, shit, it's something to do. But I was more so like hustling around that time. So my man was just hustling. All right, I'm getting money, make music, like so.
You was just in the studio with the homies and
basically, I mean, like, cause a lot of dudes like Quay, Suke,
yeah,
him, Slungle, them dudes, they was like actually rapping before me.
Right.
Chevy, Kid Hustler, then
yeah,
they was all rapping before me. I jumped in it late, like they been doing, like even like walking around the neighborhoods rapping and stuff like that, and doing little battles and all that. Like I jumped in it late, like 2005ish, like. But I always was right. I always wrote, but I just never.
Never was recording, never rapping, really.
Never did it like
keeping it to yourself type shit.
Till around like 2005, I mean, that's when I went to Addy Labs, like
2000. Yeah, hell yeah,
Addy
bro.
Labs, started going down there recording with Josh. He was my main engineer down there, and producer at the time, and Sledgerin.
Yeah,
I mean, he was producer too for Heavy Hustle. I really started doing it for real though. My man Maynard, R.I.P. That's who started Heavy Hustle.
Okay.
We all got that tatted on us from me, everybody. Like,
so for those who don't know, you know what I mean, let's rewind it back for them. You know what I mean, ID Labs is a legendary studio here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. It's a cornerstone, one of the meccas. Anybody who's anybody has to go through there at some point in time to get your wings, so to speak. So he's talking about Heavy Hustle, which Heavy Hustle predated Taylor Games for those who don't know. And that, that was big. Chevy was a big part of the Heavy Hustle movement. Right? Am I correct?
Yep.
As well as yourself and some of these other cats you named Sledgerin, you know what I mean? And at that time it was just a crazy movement that grew to be something different. But go ahead, bro. Go ahead. Now they caught up. Oh yeah, and shout out to Josh. Josh was one of the main engineers down at ID Lab, one of the first engineers at the very beginning stages. So definitely shout out, bro. And he's super talented singer, producer, all of that.
No doubt. Shout out to Josh. But yeah, like I was saying, when Heavy Hustle started, my man Maynard, R.I.P., which is Chevy's little cousin, he started, Heavy Hustle. Chevy was his first artist, of course. And then like everybody else started just gravitating to that, like Slungle, Quay Mings, go by 2K now. Kill, shout out Kill. A lot of dudes. I'm forgetting people. I'm forgetting, but Kill.
Do you remember the first time that you wanted to, like, the first time you recorded or decide to even hop on a track?
The first time I did something garbage. Yo. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like it was in a basement type studio too. Like
Yeah,
before I even went down Attic Labs. Like one time I did it, man, it was garbage, man. But the hood liked it. Like people around the way
they
liked
was
it,
fucking with it.
man. Yeah, but it was like horrible, man. It was distorted. The sound wasn't right. None of that. Like the sound wasn't right. So people started going down Attic Labs and getting the stuff really mixed and like messing with real engineers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, it was garbage. I ain't gonna hold you. It was.
So was you on a track with the homies, or was that some original shit for just
It
you?
was no, I was actually it was a feature, like so I was like it was a bunch of us on it. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Is that how it started for you mainly, like just doing features?
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like just getting on songs and then when I went to Addy Labs, that's when I started working on me.
Yeah,
Livin the Lavish, like so I still started working on that. But I had never dropped nothing.
Right.
I just always had major fucking songs. I never put a project out. I ain't gonna say I never dropped nothing. I never put a project out because Fast Eddie at the time, shout out Fast Eddie with them mixtapes.
Yeah, tell them about
That's
Fast
how I
Eddie.
got a name. Like
Yeah.
Fast Ed had the 412 mixtapes, man.
Yeah.
And you had to be somebody to get on there.
On those, yeah.
You had to be somebody to get on there.
Yep.
And Fast always came to me, Lab, you got a song for me? I always blessed him with a song, and he always showed me love by putting me on there. So I got a name off of that too, off of Fast Eddie, like dropping on them Fast Eddie
Edibles
mixtapes.
for sure.
Yep.
Yeah. So for those who don't know, Fast Eddie was a DJ in the city of Pittsburgh. Fast Eddie put together different compilations of mixtapes of exclusive tracks from artists that a lot of y'all might be familiar with, like Boaz, uh, like Chevy, like Lavish, Ray Ellis, like these dope mixtapes. Mac Miller was on some of those early Fast Eddie joints, like Lavish said. To be on those Fast Eddie joints, you had to be somebody, like you had to be invited on. It was a special thing. It wasn't no pay get on this to get on this slot. You had to. He came to you like, yo, what's happening? But yeah. So you was on them Fast Eddie joints.
Every last one.
Yeah.
Down there, every last one.
So was that like your introduction to your solo shit?
That was my introduction to my solo shit right there. And I had a song that just got cracking. I don't know, out of nowhere. I guess MySpace or something.
Yeah.
But it was called Slithered Off the Goose, and I had a feature on her, Chevy. That was my first like cracking this song I ever had. Like, I was doing shows and everything out that song. Like, and I don't even know how it even got out there, but because I never dropped nothing, like I said.
Right.
Like, but I put something on
MySpace.
MySpace or something.
Yeah.
You had MySpace stuff like that, but I got cracking off that song, Slithered Off the Goose. Like, I was down clubs, downtown doing shows, and yeah, that's where I got my name off of that song right there. Slithered Off the Goose. Cedric made that song, so with a beat.
Yeah. Yep.
It was a sample. Forgot who he sampled, but it was crazy. And yeah,
You're
right
a fan
there,
of the samples,
that right there, and then not even that, like just the people on Heavy Hustle was like, oh, this dude somebody, like he can be somebody, like especially Maynard who started us. Like Maynard sent me down a lot of times, like, man, yo, bro, yeah, you him, like you gonna be somebody, like, and he tried to keep me on the side of him all the time musically, like I mean, kept me in the studio.
Yeah.
So, and that got me better because like me being in the studio every day, I passed niggas up.
Did that validation give you confidence moving forward when the homies was like, bro, you got it? Like,
no, for sure. Then I was like, I took it a little bit more serious than like I was in the studio more. Like all I did was record. So, and then shit got popping. Wiz had dropped that Prince of the City, and I somehow worked my way on that joint.
Yeah.
I don't even know how, but it happened.
That's crazy. So how did that project come? So you say you weren't even supposed to be on that joint originally?
I don't even know how I even got on that song originally, but I don't even know how I got on the song, honestly. Like,
who was on the hook? Because at first, whenever I first heard it, I thought it was you on the hook.
His name is LC.
Yeah.
LC did the hook. And I don't even know
how.
Because
bro sounded a lot like you too. Like
everybody think the hook.
Yeah. I know it wasn't you, but it definitely sounded like you.
Everybody think I did that hook. No, I didn't do that hook. His name is LC. LC the company or whatever. LC, man. Yeah. Shout out LC. But he did that hook. That hook was legendary. Yo.
Legendary, bro. That shit's fire. Legendary.
So he did that hook. I did the first verse.
What up, Shonsky?
And Wiz did the second verse.
Yeah.
But that song, that's what got me known from like everybody. Like that put me on. Wiz put me on that song right there and take me on shows with him. And like that song got me on. Everybody know me. Oh, you that dude that got what you need. Like, I'm like, yeah, but I ain't do the hook though. Like, yeah, man. So yeah.
Everybody thought it was you on the hook for real.
For sure.
Yeah, so that's crazy. So you got that shit popping. You got the song going crazy in this. Yeah, for sure. Mula and the Guap,
Oh, you
like
Mula
a star. Yeah,
Yup.
that shit was fire. Um, you got that song. It's got you popping now. You're doing shows and shit. Do you remember your first show?
Ah, my first show. It was at a club. I forgot what club it was. It was it was in the strip district. I forgot what club it
Oh, they
was
don't
though.
tell. It's probably one of those clubs
Man,
that
one of them
got
old
its name
joints,
changed
man.
a million
Yeah,
times.
but it was in the strip. I know that, and I kind of messed up too. Tripped over words and all that. 'Cause that was like my first show
What
ever,
song was
and
you
it was a
performing?
big crowd. I did "Slid Off the Goose."
Yep.
I think that was. I think I did that, and I did a song called. Oh, what's it called? Oh, fuck. On the low or something like that. I think it's called On the Low. It was on my
Okay.
MySpace, but it's called On the Low. Like that and that Slid Off the Goose. I did that. I messed up on both songs.
That night.
I
How
was
did
and I was way. See what I learned. I can't be doing shows super
Loaded?
messed up. Yeah, you
Yeah.
can't do that. Like or drunk. Like you can't do that.
A lot of artists make that mistake, man. You see
And,
a lot of
that's what I did
guys
when I first started. And that
getting
yeah,
sloppy.
never again.
Yeah. You
I'll
can't.
get high, but yeah, that's
Not
about
sloppy drunk.
it.
No, hell no.
No, I ain't getting sloppy drunk.
Was you nervous for your first
I
show?
was definitely nervous. It was a big crowd too, so I
Yeah.
was definitely nervous for sure.
Yeah. Probably the whole city turned out.
It was
Felt like
right. It was all of us, like all the Heavy Hustle
Yeah.
/ Taylor Gang later. You know that name came later, but
Right.
yeah,
Yeah, and that's the thing. A lot of people don't know that it developed into that. It
it was Heavy Hustle.
it was
First.
heavy
Yeah.
hustle, and if you listen to a lot of the early Wiz stuff, it was always heavy hustle.
Mm-hmm.
Um, which is great, man. And I'm glad you're here with us to tell this story because a lot of people need to hear it. And a lot of people have been asking about you.
No question.
And when I made the announcement that you were going to be on here, I can't tell you how many people hit me up, bro. And just like, oh, can I be on the podcast? I'm like, you watch an episode or something, like, you know what I mean? Because they're excited to see you and see what you're up to
Okay.
and what you got going on. So I'm excited to have you, bro.
No question.
So you had that first show popping.
Mm-hmm.
You're starting to feel it. At this time, you said that this started to encourage you to take music more seriously.
No, for sure. Right around that time, I'm gonna say this has had to be like 2006. By that time, I took it serious. Like I was in the studio. Like
All the
if I
time?
wasn't hustling, even if I was hustling, I was in the studio. Like so,
Right.
I was in the studio constantly. Like yeah, I mean, so I was perfecting my craft, just staying in there. Like I'm in there days and nights. Like my man Josh was like, bro, I don't know nobody who work like you. Like bro, like you, that's all you do. Like
Yeah.
you don't do nothing, man. That's all I did, and I fell in love with it.
Do you remember when you started to develop your sound? Like when you got like when you started to feel like, damn, I'm comfortable in my own skin.
I'm gonna say like around 2006, 7.
Yeah.
Around that time.
Do you remember what song it was that caught you that vibe, or the first song? You're like, yeah, that's
Shorty
me.
Wanna Roll.
Sure.
That first auto tune song I did
Shout out
before
Sean.
everybody started doing auto tune.
Yep. Shorty
For
wanna
real.
roll.
Like-
That was on Star Power, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, Star
And the
Power.
crazy thing about it is when T-Pain came out doing that auto tune stuff,
Yep.
Wiz said, bro, we're not doing that auto tune stuff. Like, we're not doing that singing stuff. Like,
Yeah.
I said, all right, no doubt. I rap anyway. Like, I was just a trapper. So I'm like, but Josh made this weird ass beat. I'm like, bro, I can't rap on this. Like, what is this? Like, he said,
Josh did
bro,
that beat?
Josh made the beat.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's
yeah,
fire.
Josh made the beat. Then tried to put a little twist on it on Wiz's part, but
Yeah.
Josh made the beat.
Yeah.
And,
Shout out Josh.
Yeah, shout out Josh for that.
Shit, fire, got you.
So he made that beat, and I'm in the studio, and I got a shorty in there with me. I said, you know what? Put the beat on. Fuck it. I said, put that auto tune on. He said, oh, what? I said, yeah, put the auto tune on. He put the auto tune on. I went in there, just started. I didn't even really like sit down and write the song.
Yeah.
Like, I just was word for word in the booth. So I'm like, I got a girl with me. Shorty wanna roll. Fuck it, like, Shorty wanna roll with me. I'm like, oh. I'm like, play that back, yo.
Yeah.
I'm like, is that me singing?
So you came up with the hook first for that joint?
The hook first.
Okay.
So I'm like, oh. I said, bro, I sound good as fuck.
Yeah.
So I got geeked. I'm like, Shorty's in there feeling me. I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Come here in the booth with me. Let me do the joint word by word. I did the joint. And I got done with it. Josh like, bro, this is a hit right here. Like,
You know, she's still telling people that story to this day. Shorty
she
is.
might be, yo. Like,
She
that
still
song's
telling-
about me for real. Like,
Yeah, you know it,
what I
dog.
mean? So
You know it.
we get done. Josh like, man, this song's crazy. So I sent it to Wiz. I go home, I send it to Wiz. He said, bro, this some new T-Pain shit? I said, oh, that's me. That's your boy. He said, man, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Excuse my language.
No, go
I'm like,
ahead,
man,
man.
get the
Talk
fuck
freely.
out of here. I'm like,
Speak freely.
oh. He said, man, this sound good. I said, that shit sound hard, don't it? He was like, that shit sound hard. So he said, can I get a verse? I'm like, yeah. at this time he's popping. He signed to Warner, so I'm like,
Right.
yeah, you can get a verse.
That's
Like,
automatic.
so he sends it back to me with a verse. He's auto tuned up. I'm like, he said we wasn't doing auto tune,
So
so
yeah.
he did the auto tune. He sounded good. The song came out great. I ended up fucking going to jail
Yeah.
for like a month. I come home. He was like, "Bro, I'm putting this on this joint I'm working on called Star Power. It fits that because it's like the same type of sound." So I'm like, "All right." So he picks me up. We riding around listening to Star Power before it comes out. I'm like, "Oh, this is hard." Then he actually put my song on after it's like mixed. I never heard it mixed and mastered.
Yeah.
He Dan and mixed it and all that. So he put it on. I'm like, "Oh, good. That sounds good as hell." Like,
Yeah.
after that, that's when I started just doing the singing shit.
And
like,
that's when you caught your vibe, like
that's when I caught my
that
vibe,
track.
like
That's
auto
crazy.
tune, everything, like
Yeah.
everything. And this is before niggas was doing auto
Doing
tune.
it, yeah,
like,
for sure. I remember that. That's real spill, bro. And that track was definitely crazy. One of my, I didn't know Josh did the beat. That's fire.
Mm-hmm.
To hear how all that came about. And you were probably geek, like sitting in jail. You're probably like, damn, like these niggas don't even know. Like, probably feeling like you're missing out on so much, and that's slowing down so much progress. But a good thing it was just for that month at that time, right?
At that time, yeah.
At that time, anyway. And you got back out, and everything's in motion.
Man,
what was that
I'm
like?
on-
Was it crazy for you to see how much motion was going on while you were
Man,
going?
what? I'm getting hit up. Man, I want a verse.
Yeah.
I get a verse. I'm getting paid for verses.
Yeah.
I'm getting paid for shows. Like, then I'm on the road with Wiz on his college tour. Like, I was like, hype man. Then Chevy was his hype man before for a minute, and
Yeah.
then around a certain period of time, I became a hype man, and that's when he had his little college tour. He was on all the little colleges. And I'm like, yo, this is new to me.
What was that like? Your first touring experience?
Man, it was lovely, lovely, like just the colleges, the girls,
Yeah.
of course, the girls,
Yeah.
colleges, the parties afterwards, but it just felt like I was like a star at the time, like, I mean,
Yeah.
like it was just Star Power, and we had the Star Power mixtape at the time, so it was like we was really like thinking we was star before we was stars.
Embracing the star life
before, like real shit.
But for you, like I mean, that's exactly what it was, right? Because locally, like you said, people were hitting you up for features, your names, and it had to be more than locally too, I'm sure, because that project had reach.
For sure, I had, I did high school. I did a high school graduation.
Yeah,
Beaver Falls down there.
That's crazy.
Down there, yeah. I was surprised. Like, hold on, y'all want me to come to y'all school? Like,
Yeah.
actually, like, and it was cracking.
Was it difficult for you to start negotiating like feature prices and all that? It being so new to you, like how did you adapt to the business aspect of it?
I mean, I had a set price, like, but no, I didn't, because I was out of town. I charged them 1,000.
Right.
You want a verse? I need 1,000.
You're showing locals love.
But yeah, 200 or shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, I definitely wasn't cracking heads on them. And then something, in majority, I just was doing free. Like,
Yeah.
I really never even charged people like that. So unless you was like from out of town. So
What made you? Who helped you with that business side of it, or did you just trying to figure it out as you was going?
I figured out as I was going, for real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's difficult, right? Like not really being in the business, the music industry being so new at that time. You know what I mean? Google ain't really popping like that. There's not like you could just Google like, oh, how do I?
Well, see, I ain't figured all that out till like later down the line. Like,
so you still ain't even have it down at that point.
At that point, no, I was just doing music. Like, didn't even care about the money coming in or nothing like that. Like,
you was having fun.
Just having fun, basically. Yeah. Didn't even care about nothing else but having fun. I'm traveling, I'm doing stuff, like, yeah. So it was lovely.
Yeah, man. So you're coming from that. You're coming off the Star Power momentum with the Shorty Wanna Roll. You're working on your own projects this time.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me a little bit about that. What type of shit was you working on at that time? You said you didn't release anything.
I never released nothing,
but you were stockpiling music.
Stockpiling, but I had a joint I was supposed to release called Lavish Life. I just never put it out. And
how far did you get? Did you have like cover art? Was you releasing like cover art? And
I was getting cover art for sure. I took a couple pictures. Shout out Giuliano. I took a couple pictures down Giuliano's basement when he was living in Oakland for my cover art. Giuliano was actually the one taking the pictures. That's crazy.
That's fire, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's fire.
So I had like little cover arts and stuff, but I just never put it out. But I ended up falling too, going to jail.
Yep.
A little bit. So that played part and all that.
How long was you down for that bid?
They gave me a 3 to 6.
3 to 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild, bro. That's wild.
But it was needed because it definitely made me a better person and musically enhanced me. because all I did from 3 years was write, and just perfect like
That's important though. Like
different flows and
tell
like
me how it made you better though, because it might be a lot of people that might be going through the same situation out on Bell, out on Bond,
a lot.
about to go do a bid. They might need to hear that them damn selves. You know what I
Well,
mean?
see, a lot.
How'd you take that negative and turn it into a positive?
What I did was I just went in there and just I knew what I was coming home to, so I was just focused on music, but also just getting my mind right on like how I treated women and everything, like for as like yeah, I mean, so
Doing some self inventory, really checking
all
yourself.
that like checking myself, period. Like so, I definitely didn't want to come back the same person because a lot of dudes don't come back be the same person. That's why they
Yeah,
in and out, in and out,
in
in
and
and out,
out.
in
Yeah,
and out. Like I mean, I came home, I didn't go back. Like
right.
you feel me? I went back for 6 months on the technicality of something else, but yeah, I wasn't back and forth with it. Like I came home, stayed home for real life. So my thing was if I come at the same person, I'm going to jump right in the streets.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hustle. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna end up dead, something like that. So my mind was like just music. Like if it ain't music, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do.
Yeah, I remember when you first came home, bro. You probably don't even remember this. I was in a barbershop down Vic's downtown MVP. Shout out Vic.
Shout out Vic, yo, VIPs.
Yeah, VIP for sure. Shout out Vic. I was down Vic's and shit because Vic used to cut me because I worked downtown and shit.
Okay.
And you came in, you was fresh on too. You came in, and I think you had the Chucky chain on,
Mm-hmm.
The big ass Chucky dip.
Sledder's chain, man. That was Sledder's little clay candy, Chucky chain.
And I remember you was talking about just coming home.
Mm-hmm.
So while you're down, like you're seeing all the shit going on, I'm sure you're seeing, you know what I mean, everything that Wiz is doing, everything that Chevy's doing, all the, you know what I mean, sledging all these people that you're,
Man, I was watching. I think it was the Super Bowl when the Steelers went. Man, I
yeah,
think he performed. Man, I was watching all that. Well, Black and Yellow came on. Man, I was like, yo, this is crazy. But I had guards come up to me like, you lavish, you the dude on the album
yeah,
on this. I'm like, huh? I'm not even knowing he's putting the street out like albums out. Like I'm like,
right.
what? I'm like, oh, all right, yeah.
Did that make you more hungry? That feed your hunger?
That right there, like I just, yeah, I was writing. Then there was also a guy in there from New York who made beats. He was magnificent on the keyboards, like,
Yeah.
and he was like related to somebody, one of the producers that be with P Diddy. He
Okay.
was like a nephew of one of them, and he had something to do with that. You know that one song, that Harlem Shake joint. I forgot.
Yeah.
They in the baseball jerseys in black and white. P Diddy and somebody, I don't know. But he had
I
something to
know
do
what
with
you're
that
talking
beat.
about.
But
Yeah,
dude was an animal, and he would play the keyboards. That's when I perfected my singing shit more and more. Like yeah, I mean, so that's when I was like, I'm gonna work with this. I was in the cell every night, every day. He hitting the keyboard, making the beat. I go in there, write a song to it.
yeah. That's dope. That's dope that you were in a place that allowed you guys to do that type of shit. Cause not every spot
And then the Philly
allows you to
boys
do that.
embraced me because I was in a Philly jail,
Yeah, yep.
and like they're like
Where was you at?
they Greater for
Okay,
they
yeah,
they
that's
rap.
right out east. Yeah, yep.
They rap, so they like, oh, this dude in there making the crazy hooks. Like he's hard for real.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Was you going out yard
They was like,
rapping?
you sound like a Drake type dude. Like, yeah, I mean.
Was you out in yard collabing with them and shit?
I'll be in the cell writing songs. I
Yeah.
write them hooks like man, because they couldn't do hooks worth a lick, but they can rap their ass off
Rap
like
their
that,
ass off.
man. So I'm like, I'm giving them hooks, all type of crazy hooks. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Did you end up using any material you made while you was in jail? Did you end up recording any of that shit?
Nope.
Scrapped it all.
Scrapped it.
Yeah.
Scrapped everything.
Yeah.
Came home, just started writing fresh.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
I should have kept some of it though.
So all that music that you were making at that time, did you end up releasing any of it?
Man, let me tell you. While I'm in jail, something happened down at Last where their fucking computers crashed.
Yeah.
So I lost everything.
Everything. Yeah.
I had no music but what I had on my MySpace.
Yeah.
Couple songs.
Yeah, that's
on Fans Eddie's joints, but I lost everything. I had to start from scratch.
Damn. So all that music that you were making at that time, you came home to
Nothing.
nothing. That shit had to be devastating.
I was swole.
Yeah.
I was definitely pissed. Like, damn, where my money at then? I paid for all them sessions. Like, where my
Right.
money? Like, for real, like.
Right.
But it is what it is. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. For sure.
I got on the grind. Like, I had nothing to do. I wasn't hustling this time, so all I was doing, sleeping in the studio all day, all night.
So after you did that bid, did that change your direction? I know you said it changed you as a person, Mike. So you just left the streets alone altogether.
Well,
like,
see,
fuck this,
I
like you're
came
saying.
home to Wiz and them being on, and it's like my team's on. So
Yeah.
boom, I'm a major part of that.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah. Plus, I already knew what I was. Like I said, I knew what I was coming home to because my boss was always good. So I was like, I know what I'm coming home to. Like, yeah, you know what I mean. So when I came home, they blessed me.
Ain't no
So it's
reason to
like,
hustle.
no need. And then he didn't want nobody a part of that group if he was hustling anyway. If he was in the
Right.
streets, you're not a part of this. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
And
So
that's a smart move.
yeah, for sure.
That's a
So
smart move.
that was his way. Like, you gotta leave the streets alone.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I mean, so they put me on payroll, and that was for me to show my PO. Like, he's on payroll and he's in the studio. That's his job.
Right.
So, I was getting paid every Fridays, and it was legal. Like, yeah, I mean,
Was the
so
state
why
was the
not?
state was the state giving you problems?
Hell no.
Yeah.
Like, they wasn't bothering me. Like, I mean, they came past the crib a couple of times for curfew, and I wasn't there, and I just hit them, man, I'm in the studio. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, I might be laid up with a girl or something, but
Yeah.
that's when I fell back for 6 months, and I went back for 6 months. But before
Parole violations?
but before I even get to that though, when I came home and I hit the studio, like I said, when I was recording, I'm in the back, and I'm whizzing them in the back, I'm playing songs, everybody listening. Yeah, I mean, every song you played was crazy for real. There was a few like but like everybody nodded to the songs. It's like, nah, that wasn't
it.
That wasn't it. But
Yeah.
they saying it's it. Like, so I'm like, no, that's not it. So I would go to the front room, record with Josh in the front room, make it bombers. And then one day, Will, I don't know if you know Will.
Yeah.
Shout out Will.
Shout out Will.
He
For those who don't know.
Yeah, man. Shout out Will. He's like, yo, Judy J want to do a song with you. I'm like, what? Like, I grew up on 3-6. Like, that's what I listened to. Like, he want to do a song. I didn't ask to do a song with him. Like, he want to do a song with you. What? He wanted a verse. Chevy did the hook. And it was it's called That Pole. The song never got put out though.
Oh.
I got it in the tuck though, but
yeah,
the song never got put out. Chevy did the hook, killed it. Juicy J did the verses. I did a verse. It was similar. It was like close to that. What's that hit he came back out with when he first came back out, like a stripper song?
Bands Make Her Dance type shit.
It was similar to that. It was like something like that. It's called That Pole though.
Yeah.
And it was crazy. But it never got put out. And that's when I did a song called I Will. Shout out Josh. He helped me co-write that a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, shout out Josh. I don't take nothing from nobody. Somebody help with something.
That's proper.
I'm gonna give you your dues for sure.
Hell yeah.
Shout out Josh. So
for those who don't know, Josh is a talented singer too. Like, he does a lot of hooks you guys might have heard or been familiar with. Josh is super talented artist.
He's all over a lot of them joints.
Yeah, for sure.
But what was that system?
You and Josh were co-writing the song.
Oh yeah, I Will. Oh my goodness, bruh. When I did this song, it came out crazy. I'm like, ooh, it's different.
Yeah.
It was like a poppy type beat, like, and Josh made the beat. Shout out Josh again. It was like a poppy type beat, then it dropped to something crazy. Like, I'm gonna send it to you. I got it in my phone. When I sent that shit to them, they're out Cali on tour, whatever they doing. I sent them the song. Will called me immediately, like, yo, what we gotta do to sign you? What we gotta do to get you out here to Cali?
Yep.
I'm like, bro, I'm on parole. Like, I gotta holler at my PO. Like, you know what I mean? The song was crazy. Like, so I ended up getting Courtney Noel on there. Shout out Courtney.
Yeah, for sure.
We used her vocals on there behind it a little bit. And the song was crazy, but again, the song never did nothing because after all that, I'm in the studio, another curfew call. Now I'm at the crib with my shorty. I get a curfew. My man's staying with me. I get a curfew call. I'm not there. So they're like, they're mad. Like, well, he just keep not being here for real. Like, yeah, you know I mean. And they go search the crib. They search my crib. Found a little something. I'm like, fuck. I'm on the phone with my dad. Like, they found something. I'm like, there's no way there's nothing in my crib. Like, I don't even hustle. Like,
yeah,
there's nothing there. Like, they found something. They ended up taking my man to jail. And since it was in my crib, they're like, yo,
it's a violation on your behalf.
It's a violation, period. Like,
yeah,
come turn yourself in, go to a halfway house. I'm like, all right. You know what I mean? Hangs up. Negative. I'm not about to turn myself in like that. Like, he's crazy. Like,
especially right now, right? Because you're on top of the world,
man. So I called Will and I'm like, yo, I tell him what happened. I'm like, man, what should I do? Well, you can't just turn yourself in right now. We're investing the money into you and da 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 da. I'm like, I really wasn't gonna turn myself in right now anyway. Like, yeah. I'm having fun right now. Like, so I'm gonna run. Basically, just ran for 6 months, got caught, went right back to jail for 6 months.
That had to be tough, right, during that time, because you're trying to make music, you're trying to move around, but you're on a run at the same time. So at the same time, you're having a time of your life, but you're also dealing with that bullshit in the background, knowing that shit's lurking over you.
Mm-hmm.
Was it a lot of stress for you at that time?
Yeah, because I couldn't attend certain shows because I knew my PO and them would be there, and I
Yeah.
knew they were there because after they caught me, they told me like, yeah, we used to be at the shows, seeing if he was gonna be there. Like, no, I knew that would show up.
Right.
I'm probably in North Carolina.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? So yeah, that was kind of tough. Like I was swole, so I knew, shit was going downhill after that. So ended up doing them 6 months. I was still blessed. My boss was nice. Came home. Shit was just different. Like shit was like just wasn't the same.
Yeah. Like the situation you're referring to, the situation wasn't the same.
Hmm.
Could you feel it? Like you could feel it was different.
For sure.
Yeah. How did that like? So it seems like a lot of the downfall was just being in and out of the system. Like the system really had you fucked in the game, more or less. Now, when you get home, you said it's feeling different. Are you still making music at that time when you get
I'll
home?
never stop that.
Yeah.
That's number one. Like I love music. That's like a child of mine. It's like you feel me. And I was at that time, or was in now. I'm great at it. So it's like I would never stop doing that, no matter my situation at all. Like so, and I'm just a beast at making it. So it's like I'm gonna do it, and I got this studio and equipment to do it. So I'm gonna do it.
Was you recording yourself at that time?
Nah, I don't like recording myself.
Yeah.
I like
No, I
it ain't
feel
gonna
you.
come out right.
I feel you.
Even
Yeah.
if I send it to somebody to try to
Mix it or whatever.
I'd rather
Yeah.
just do it with a
Someone who
good
know what they're
engineer.
doing.
Like yeah, period. Like yeah. So I always had a dope engineer though. You know what I mean? From Josh, he retired, didn't record with him no more. You know what I mean? So my man Jerry, I don't know if you know him, Jay Moore.
No, I'm not familiar with, bro.
He's a beast. He's a baby Josh.
Okay.
He's a beast. Josh taught him everything, and he just like a younger, so he like got his own twist, and it's even better. Like
Yeah.
to the point where
He's like the
I can say he's
2.0.
honestly better than Josh. Like, yeah, you know what I
Right.
mean, except for he don't make the beats. Other than that, he sing, record, he do all that. Like, yeah, you know what I mean, so yeah, shout out Jerry, man, Jay Moore.
So you get home after that.
That was my
that
my
6 month
engineer,
stretch. That's you started working with Jay Moore.
Jay Moore down at the Labs. Yep,
What type of shit was y'all working on? This was this after ID Labs move and Josh was in there?
at the Labs out of there. Well, no, he was there when Edan was still there a little bit.
Yeah.
This is before Edan left. A little
Okay.
bit before that, like then Edan ended up leaving, and then yeah, we took over that spot. Me, Josh, and
Yeah, I remember.
Jay Moore.
Yep.
So yeah, but that's when I really started doing, working on my singing stuff. Cause at the time, I really knew I can do this singing shit, but I still like rapping.
Yeah.
And Will came to me like, "Yo, we want you to be more R&B and start singing more." I'm like, "Nah, like I'll sing when I want." You know what I mean? But I like rapping. Like
That was
I
still
was
your
hard-headed.
passion.
I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
hard-headed. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
of course.
But that's what I wanted to do. Like I didn't want to sing at the time, but I seen now I see their vision. Like, cause I see what they wanted. Like, you know what I mean?
Right, right.
So maybe if I wasn't hard-headed, then shit would have been different. But who knows?
Hey, life's the best teacher.
Yeah,
Life's the best
for
teacher,
sure.
ain't it?
For sure.
Damn. So you get done with the 6 month stretch. You and Jay Moore locked in. Y'all working.
Mhm.
You back at it. You back at it strong. What was the
I still
comeback
wasn't
like?
dropping.
Still wasn't dropping.
Still fucking wasn't dropping.
What was the
I had
hold up?
so much. I don't know. Bro. I got so much music. I'm talking about. I don't have to record for a long time, probably for years.
Yeah.
I got that much music. Like I can just keep dropping, keep dropping, keep dropping, and that's what I'm about to do. I'm about to flood them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I just wasn't dropping, yo. Everybody used to always come in, man. You make the most songs from. I'm talking about everybody from different parts of the town, like
Yeah.
city. Man, you make the most. You be in here making songs, bro. You live in this bitch, like
Right.
you got the. Why ain't you dropping nothing? Everybody asked me that. Bro. I don't know. I just wasn't dropping.
Was it just like something personal, like a mental block, like this ain't ready? Are you a perfectionist? Like you want shit to be sounding right before you come out with it?
I definitely wanted to be perfect. Like I made an image and everything. Like, but I don't think that was it though. Like for real. I don't know. I just wasn't dropping. I don't know. I don't even know what it was.
Yeah.
I would give people songs.
Yeah, you still doing the features? You still doing heavy features?
I just did a few.
Yeah.
Shout out Boss Chop.
Okay.
Who else? What is his name? Frankie Lee the Dragon. Shout out Frankie Lee the Dragon. We got a crazy joint. That's gonna be on my Toxic tape. Who else I got a song with? Slungle. Shout out Slungle. Who else?
Still fucking with the bros.
Tomlin. Shout out. R.I.P.
Rip Tom.
Got a lot of joints with him.
Yeah.
Who else? Oh, Suke Quay.
Mm-hmm.
We got tons of joints. I mean, Come on, Quay, can we get an album in? I mean,
you heard him, Quay.
can we get a video? Something?
You heard him, Quay. Get on it, man.
I gave him a hit. This song called Extra. He got a hit from me. I gave him a crazy hook that I shouldn't have gave him.
Yeah. You should have kept that for yourself for real.
Hey, yeah, Quay, I should have kept that, bro. And you know that. But it's called Extra, man. He need to drop that. He done put out all them rap joints. It's time to drop something soft for the ladies now.
Hey, Quay, if you tuning in, bro, you heard him.
You heard this. He gonna hear this.
But yeah, so now, so we're still working, we're still moving. But now you did drop, huh? You just dropped recently.
Actually, I dropped that year too.
Yeah, you had the videos popping.
I had some videos. My first video was actually I didn't even promote it. It was with the boy Young June.
Okay.
You know
Yeah,
June?
yeah, June, yeah.
So
Used to be signed to P in them back in the day, for sure.
yeah, I did a song called Shout Out. I definitely probably wasn't gonna do nothing with the song. The song was fucking bananas. Him in the studio and I heard it. He was like, "Bro, what you doing with that song?" Why you want it? He was like, "Yeah." Like, all right. But I'm thinking he gonna like change everything and take my verse off. It's not third, so he was out in Cali still at the time. So he did the song. He sent it back to me. He kept my hook, kept my verse on there. He was like, "Bro, I'm gonna keep you on it. Like, that shit sound crazy. They going crazy for it. Like, they loving it." So he just did 2 verses on it. He added 2 verses on it.
Yeah.
He said, "Bro, we're gonna do a video to this, like, he's hyping it up. And he's definitely a finesser. So he finessed the shit out this video. He had jets in there. We had a motherfucker yacht. Like, we had a Lambo. Like, I'm like, I don't even know how he even got all these things in there, but he did it. And that was my first video with Young Jung called Shout Out.
Damn, that's
You
crazy.
can look that up, just like type in Young Jung / Lavish Shout Out.
Yeah, y'all check that out for sure.
That was my first one. And after that, I'm like, oh yeah, I started doing videos. Like, these visuals, like, yeah.
How was the response to that video whenever it came out?
People liked it. It ain't do too much because I ain't like we ain't promoted for real. Like, you know what I mean? But there's some, we ain't get crazy with it. Like, I don't bad likes and stuff like that. I just let it do what it do. Like, sit it there, let it do what it do. I don't care if we get 500 likes, like, or views.
Let
whatever.
it happen
like,
organically.
Yeah, like, it is what it is. Like,
yeah,
I ain't doing none of that. But which ain't nothing wrong. You get some paid promo for stuff, but
that's different.
I just ain't doing the little fake numbers and all that. Like,
yeah, that's different. I think that's important too, man. Like, artists listening, like, the organic stuff means way more than that fake stuff. Like, people could see through it. People know what's going on. Like, especially the people in the know. Like, we know that y'all don't have that, what y'all say y'all got. And the numbers, the real numbers show it. So we know what's going on. It's better to be the organic. And then you can really tell who's rocking with you. If you got it organic, you can really try to build on the fan base that you already have. If you have that organic presence, you can see like, okay, this person's follow. You can follow up. You can build real relationships and have a career off it just being organic. So, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not knocking nobody who does it. Get it the best, get it how you live or whatever. The aesthetics are cool, but that's like the people who know better. Like, we know that y'all don't have those numbers, bro. But yeah, so you do the joint with June. Yep. That shit's popping. Then you got some more videos popping at that time. Now you're dropping. Yeah, now you're releasing.
Well, see, yeah, I started. I definitely started releasing a few songs. Like, I ended up getting like Distro Kid and all that. It was like, fucking, I'm gonna just release something. I did a song, like, there's a song I didn't even promote or even like just even post. Like, I just put it up. I got a song on. That's up called, what is it called? On God. It's called. That was the first song I ever posted. Like, I mean, people don't even know about it. It's crazy. I got a crazy ass hook on it, but it's a bunch of features on it. Like, I mean, I just did the hook. It's called On God. But after that, I just started, feeling little joints out. And like, then I started working on a joint. Drake came out with something called Certified. What was his album called?
Certified Lover Boy.
Certified Lover Boy, yeah. Right? So I said, all right. Like, I do the singing shit, but my shit don't be lover boy type shit. Like,
yeah, what you call it? What's the style?
What, my shit?
Yeah.
It's all type of shit, man. Like,
you got a name for it though. I forget what you call it. Like, not R&B, but something.
Oh, Orange Drip.
Yeah.
Oh, Orange Drip for sure, man. Yeah. Orange Drip, Orange Swag, whatever, man. Like, I ain't doing no R&B type stuff. I'm not an R&B singer, so
right.
I just know how to make stuff sound good, and the engineers can like make it sound better. Yeah. So at the end of the day, and I don't do a lot of auto tune on my voice no more. Like, it's like I don't do slightly, like, but I don't really need it no more. But I've been doing it so long.
Now you perfected your singing voice.
Yeah, basically. So, yeah, I mean, even live, like, I mean, so, but back to that. Drake did that Certified Lover Boy, so I was like, my shit's like I'm crooking. We got this joint out here is what we call crooking. It's called Dirty Crook,
Yeah.
and like Dirty Crook is like man, you in a club or something like that. I don't know you, but your shorty all on me. I take her. I'm dirty crooking you like, I'm dirty crooking you. Your shorty come with me like I dirty crook you like, yeah, I mean
Yeah.
crook. So it's like my music's like that. Like I do music like that, and I talk about the shorties. Like sometimes you might catch a little nice, bar or two, or maybe even a hook. But other than that, nah, like I be talking crazy for real, like to these shorties, like.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, but there's some nice ones. I'll get to that, but um, it's called Certified Sad Nigga. I went with that. I said Drake was Certified Lover Boy. I made my shit Certified Sad Nigga. That was on all platforms.
Yeah.
Lavish, yeah. But that's under TGOD Lavish. I still was going by that name at the time. So but I dropped that last March, and that was like actually like how many songs I have on that project? I think I had 10 songs on that project,
Damn.
and
So you
then
was working,
well, see, I got a million songs, so it's like I got
just
so
picking the
many.
ones that you want.
But and I don't even drop the million songs I got. I be dropping the fresh ones that I do, like I mean. So it's like
Is that what it be for you sometimes too? Like you done heard the song so much that you're like, I don't even want to put that shit out.
no, they're eventually gonna get put out because they're all hard. Like, but
Yeah.
it's like the newer ones I do, I'm like, man, that's fucking crazy. I gotta put that out right now.
Yeah.
Like, so it's like the other ones get
Push
pushed back,
back.
pushed back, pushed back.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, but they still fire. But Certified Sad Nigga came out. That was what? It's 2023.
Yeah. Yep.
That came out 2022 of March. Um,
Make sure y'all check that out all platforms.
so then yeah, I was just working, yo. Work with Jerry. Shout out Slick. Um, down on Carson. I started recording with him. Who else? I guess yeah. I mean Jerry and Slick for real. Who I've been recording with, and Tomlin.
Yeah.
Other than that, like not too many other dudes. I can record with Sticky B a few times. You know what I mean? But that was through somebody else. Doing small hooks or some stuff like that for my mans.
Yeah. Yep.
But like yeah,
Certified side.
only people that can catch my sound for real is like my sound that I want is my man Jay Moore and Tomlin. Stevie B had me sounding good too. I got to really record with him and lock it in with him.
Right.
You know what I mean?
How many tracks y'all knock out? You and Stevie?
Well, I didn't do whole tracks for him. My man Slungle.
Oh, you
Shout
just
out
doing
Slungle.
the hooks?
Yeah, my man Slungle had some hooks he wanted me to do for him. I might have did a verse. I don't know. But I know I did some hooks. And he had me sounding good. I'm not gonna stunt. I was like, oh, he had me sounding good. But I gotta really actually lock it in with him. Like, yeah, I mean, to get that full experience.
I always say engineers like a barber, right? Like once you find that one barber you rock with,
That's
you
who
lock.
we rock with. Like, yeah, that's why I was always been Jay Moore. But see, around the time we took over Addy Labs, we brought Tomlin. They came down around that time. That was what 2000 what? Was that like 14 or something like that? 13, 14.
Yeah, 13, 14.
So Tomlin started coming around down there.
Yeah.
And we had him working down there with us. So it was like I had him and Jay Moore. So I was like either or. It didn't even matter. They're both fucking
Both
animals.
fire. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but Tomlin was probably more of a threat because he made the beats.
Yeah.
So yeah, he came down there, and me and my man Josh sat there and talked to him like, bro, you gotta start putting samples in your beats, like, cause we love them. Josh love them samples. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's like, bro, you gotta start putting samples in your beat. Like we started. Yeah, I'm like, bro, that's even in the songs. Like, yeah, I mean, just anything 10 years and old. I don't care what time 10 years old, bro. Just put that shit
Start
in.
pushing
But
those.
I like the 90s though more so. Like,
Yeah, I can feel that in the new project for
yeah,
sure.
So
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I did. I went with that all day.
Yeah.
So he started getting on them samples, and he went bananas with me. He started going crazy with him, even with his project that he dropped. That
So-
joint, what is the name of that joint, man? It's just crazy. He got fat. It's a fat. He dropped it last year. It's fast songs. If it's a feel like how my Maz is, my newer one is.
Yeah.
It's like that type of feel, like 'cause it got the little samples and natty samples in them. But yeah, I started working more. Push it up to date now to this new project, I guess.
Yeah, hell yeah. Now we can we definitely gonna want to listen to some joints off the new
Go ahead.
project for sure. But yeah, talk a little bit about the new project.
The new project,
No caller ID.
No Caller ID.
Yes,
That
sir.
came from, see, I was going through a little situation with a relationship, marriage, little separation. and I was just deep in my thoughts writing.
Right.
I wrote a joint called Toxic Tape, which originally was supposed to come out before No Caller ID. Toxic Tape. So I was just like, I was going crazy, like writing. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna get back in the studio. I don't know if I'm gonna record with. I was like, I'm gonna go Slick. Then I'm gonna go Tom. So I was back and forth.
This is for the Toxic Tape.
Yeah, for the Toxic Tape.
Yeah.
So I ended up signing like a little distribution deal with a label called Black Tie, and they wanted the EP. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get y'all EP.
You already got music in the tuck, so you ain't tripping.
I got music in the tuck, but I ain't even go with the music in the tuck. I'm leaving that for my Toxic Tape.
Yeah, yep.
I'm like, I'm gonna get y'all a nice little EP. I'm like, I hit Tom, like, bro, I need the EP. I need all samples. I need to come and see you locking in with you. And then I was going through shit at the time because my cousin had passed and I found him dead. So I'm like, damn, I went through that. And then my dad passed. Like,
Suffering
shit,
a lot of loss.
days
at that
later,
time.
like, for
yeah.
like a week later, like, so I was going through shit. So I'm like, I got to get in the studio. Like, so I locked it in with Tomlin. We went bananas on them samples. Like, I'm like, bro, this is what I want. So I want the sound. He made it perfect for me. Like, so he produced. There's 6 songs on the joint, but it was originally only supposed to be 5. But they put a bonus track on there. So he produced the first 5. The last one he didn't produce. But I wanted like a 90s feel, like on the samples and all that. And then I named it No Caller ID because I had a lot of voice memos. So I'm like, and me and my man Jerry, shout out Jerry J. Moore, aka, we always did like some weird stuff in our music. Like we'll go look at like an old school, like in the beginning of our songs, we'll go like watch a movie and be like, all right, oh, this Friday scene. Let's put this Friday scene in the beginning and just have it playing and then the beat drop. So we always did shit like that. So I'm like, you know what? I'm like, man, my wife sent me a wild voicemail, like, so I'm like, I'm gonna put this in this song. And it was going crazy. I'm like, yo, Tomlin, I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Like, what? Bro, is that real? I'm like, yeah, bro, that's the wife. Like, you know, bruh, man, listen, she went nuts on that voicemail. I'm gonna let you play that one first, but she went nuts on that voicemail. I put in the song. I said, you know what? This is gonna be the EP. I'm gonna get.
Is that what inspired the EP right there?
Yeah, that and just me dealing with my losses, and you know, that's the way I cope. I go to the studio and I just make songs. Like that's how I cope. Like, yeah, I mean, so that and just them voice memos and stuff like that. So it came together good because I'm getting like a lot of like replies and like good response on that joint. Like people like, man, that's a good concept.
As
like,
you should, yeah.
Like, and then I got like over 1,000 plays on each song. Like,
damn, early because you just dropped the project.
Organic, the label hit me. He said, bro, in 4 days you did this. None of my artists did this.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just looking for them checks now. That's all.
Indeed, for sure. So you want to kick it off with Living Single?
You want to play Living Single? You can play Living Single.
What you want to start off with?
Start off with Where You At. That's the crazy voicemail.
Yeah. All right. So this is Lavish's new project, No Caller ID. Make sure y'all get that streaming on all platforms.
On all platforms, everything.
I know your ass better have a fucking good ass explanation on that. You found people in a fucking voicemail. You got answer none of my questions. You got talked to you after the clock. I stayed on the phone for fucking 18 minutes. So 6 days to be the fucking set, and you still ain't asked for that damn time. Where the fuck are you at?
Keep screaming you lonely, trying to get you all of me. Sorry, I'm over it. Now you all into me. Cause I know you're lonely. Stare in the mirror, fixing your makeup, trying to change your parents. As if you don't know me, no, you know me. Don't switch up on me. Feeling lonely. Sure, this way my way. Sure look good to me. So would you please swing my way? She gets so lonely. She can't let just anyone in her heart. I'm a dog, but she love that shit. Cause I come home to you. She gets so lonely. She can't let just anyone in her heart. I'm a dog, but she love that shit. Cause I come home to you. Come home to you. You know me and you, this overdue. I feel love, I'm overdosing. Can't get enough of you. Put it on me and Shanti and Jaru. I know all your moves. 12 missed calls from you. 12 play, put R. Kelly on. It's a dilemma, put that Nelly on. And ooh, the way you move it to my favorite song. Off tequila, yeah, that Deli on. She get so lonely. She can't let just anyone in her heart. I'm a dog, but she love that shit. Cause I come home to you. She gets so lonely. She can't let just anyone in her heart. I'm a dog, but she love that shit. Cause I come home to you.
What the fuck is that?
Hell yeah. That's
And,
off the new project.
and you know that sample, it's that beat's not a sample, but I sample a song.
Right.
I don't know if you heard it or
Yeah, the Janet Jackson did.
yeah.
For sure. For sure.
A lot of people don't be knowing that. Yo,
Yeah,
that's
for
crazy.
sure. Yeah, the
Yeah.
Janet Jackson.
That I get so
Lonely.
joint,
Yeah, hell yeah, that show's fire.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was that. And we go back to your sound and how it all started, and you got the auto tune, and you started perfecting your sound, and all of that comes out in a new project and a lot of newer stuff that you're doing. You know what I mean, with the R and drip, R and swag. You really took what you started off with and perfected it. Really
Mhm.
worked on your craft, and it shows. So shout out,
Appreciate
congrats
it.
on the new projects and all the shit that you're working on right now for sure. Um, Damn, when you dropped this, were you excited like to see what the response was going to be, or
I was geek because like this project, this is a special project to me, and it sounds good. Like even before it dropped, I was playing it over and over and over because I already knew what they was about to do. They was going to drop this joint, so I was just playing it over before even like over and over before it even dropped. Like
yeah,
I'm sort of to the point where I'm like,
felt good about
yeah, like, and I'm asking my people that's living with me, like, y'all okay with me playing this over and over like this, like,
it?
because I'm playing it over and over like loud as hell. So
Yeah,
yeah, I'm proud of this one. I ain't gonna stop, but there's gonna be definitely a lot more coming. So, and it's just about to be summer, so
yeah.
yeah,
So more to come, and
and
that's.
videos to that joint.
Are you
Definitely
dropping? You
I'm
gonna drop some videos for that?
yeah, I'm gonna do some videos of that.
Yeah.
I just dropped a video. It's actually two videos in one. It was two songs in one video.
Tell us about it.
Well, the first song's called it's called Too Late. That joint I wrote, of course, about my situation I'm going through with my shorty.
Yeah.
And then it goes to Guard Down. Guard Down was like definitely a personal song too, because I was like, the relationships you go through shit.
Yeah,
So it's
absolutely.
like I had my guard down at a point in time, and I felt like I had to put my guard up. Like, yeah, I mean, so it's like that's what that song really based on.
Yeah,
And that
relationships are
joint's really
tough like
crazy.
that because you got to be vulnerable for that other person,
Yeah, but
because you want them to be the same way to you. So that's just inevitable. So I definitely feel the concept.
so yeah, I did that, and I dropped that. So that's like I just dropped that actually yesterday, I think, or the day before yesterday. So it's only been out a couple days.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Make sure y'all tune into those.
yeah.
Everything under Lavish Lavy.
Well, no, that is on. When you look that up, you just look lavish up. It's lavish slash too late
Oh, that's gonna
slash
pop up.
guard down X guard down video. It'll pop right up.
All
You know
right.
what I mean, or just go to my IG
Yeah. What's your IG? How can people find you if they want to get at you?
underscore lavish underscore lavy.
There you go. Y'all definitely make sure y'all tune in with them.
And it's right in my bio. So you go right in my bio, or you go to my Facebook. My Facebook is what is my Facebook? I got a couple of Facebook. Lavy. Go to Lavy. It's in the bio there too.
You open to artists if they want to reach out to you for some features and shit like that.
I'm definitely open.
Make sure y'all get at bro. But don't be mad at that price.
Oh no, we ain't gonna do that.
Don't be mad at that price.
We ain't gonna no prices, man. No prices. I don't charge people.
No, we'll talk about that afterward.
Yeah.
Don't be mad at that price, y'all. Shawnsky was asking, did you still keep a relationship with Wiz and the boys after you got home? Y'all still cool to this day?
I have no problem with Wiz. It's just, you know, the company kept this thing, you know what I mean? See how that.
Yeah.
So it's like I never had a fallout with Wiz. So
Yeah.
that's for that.
Yeah.
Shout out to him. I mean, Wiz is he's my son's goddad, so my middle child. So
That's what's up.
never had a problem with him for real. It was just situations. It went how it went. I'm the type of dude. It is what it is. Like I mean, like I'm a street dude. So what was anyway.
Yeah.
Ain't no hard feelings. I'm gonna still do what I do.
You're
Like
still out here making motion.
I've been making shit shake since I was a kid. Like
100%.
so, even before this, like I had that line like always on me. Like even like in like high school, all that. Like that's why my man's gonna be like, man, bro, you just always had it. Like no matter what. Like and
that's
you know,
star quality.
Yeah, you just always had it. And people like they fight to get that, and like do Grammy shit to get that, and you just got it. Like you know what I mean? So yeah, so that's just who I am. I'm a natural leader too at the same time. So you know, who knows what would have happened? Probably would have bumped heads, anything like so.
And like we said, life's the best teacher. So you know everything happens for a reason.
For a reason, for sure.
And we're here now. You know what I mean? And the music sounding good. You know what I mean? Definitely fucking with the '90s vibe. We got to give them another joint off of there for sure.
You play the first one.
First one, Living Single. Yeah. So this is again No Caller ID. For those who just tuned in, we're live at a bunch of Bull Studios, Marley State of Mind podcast. I got Lavish with me. We're playing some of his new tracks off of No Caller ID. Make sure y'all stream that on all streaming platforms. And this joint's gonna be called Living Single.
3 fucking times and you still ain't answer. You still didn't fucking answer. What are you doing? What are you doing? I could be dead on the side of the fucking road or something and you wouldn't know. You wouldn't fucking know. Would you even care if I was dead on the side of the road, bitch? No. I bet the next nigga would.
I guess you single, says you single, says you outside with your girls, huh? You on the south side, location say South Beach. Fly you somewhere, no one around us. Now you single in the club with your heels on. I know we did you wrong. It's a different club, yeah, you glowing, living single. When I come around, you know what it is. That you calling me daddy. Yo, ex, you got rid of that nigga. That nigga was baggage. Now his girl all on me, I'm a savage. Got me feeling like 21. Back and forth, Jacob, no petty. At least I got you some. We can take it back, yeah. Way back. Got you feeling like you living in a. Got your ex like, damn me. Body like lotto, guess I hit the lotto. New bitch pressure, she a problem. You was a problem. Now you ain't my problem. I guess you single, says you single, says you outside with your girls, huh? You on the south side, location say South Beach. Fly you somewhere, no one around us. Now you single, in the club with your heels on. I know we did you wrong. It's a different club, yeah, you glowing, living single.
Matter of fact, hold on.
Hell yeah. And the living single in the background. I fuck with that.
Mm-hmm.
The series and shit. I fuck with that. For sure. So you made the new caller ID shit. You're dropping. You got the distribution deals. Congratulations on that.
Appreciate it.
A lot of motion, and that project just dropped, huh?
Yeah, just dropped.
What, a few days ago?
Dropped it on, well, what's the
June 1st?
Yep, June 1st. What's the 9th? 8 days.
Yeah. You said you're getting a lot of good feedback from that. Yeah. That's what's up, man. So what's the future look like for Lavish? What do you got in mind? What are you working on now? I know you said that we spoke on the toxic tape a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You said you got some shit on tuck for that. What's the future looking like?
I be honest, man. I got. Let me tell you how many albums I got. Man.
Yeah.
I got.
Take your time. Thanks y'all for tuning in. This is a special one for sure.
You know the toxic tape got that.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Then I got.
Oh yeah, don't forget about certified side niggas out as well. Make sure y'all get
tune
that.
into that for sure.
Yeah.
I got so much stuff.
The videos are out. Make sure you tune into that.
Part 1 and a part 2. These joints is crazy. Yeah, they're crazy.
Just stockpiling music for real.
Okay, yeah. So I got Old Pain, Like an old pain too.
Well, these are all projects too.
All projects, yo. And I got a couple features on there. I got one with Harley Dice on there. He's on the old pain.
And shout out Harley Dice. We definitely got him coming down. Bunch of Bull Studio.
Yeah. I got my nice joints on there. My nice features on there. I was gonna make that a whole feature tape, but I guess I got a couple single joints on there. I want to do a feature tape, like just do hooks.
Do you
A
think
bunch of hooks in there,
like you've been doing features from the very beginning?
Mhm.
Is that like one of the things that you enjoy doing most is features with other artists, creating with other artists?
For sure. For
Because
sure.
it seems
I
like
like
that's
writing for other artists. Like, you know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah, like I'm a writer, so it's like I sit there and just write. So a lot of songs that I got shouldn't even be mine for real, for real. Like,
Have you been shopping a lot of music?
no, I haven't.
Yeah,
I gotta find out who to route, like who to really reach out to for real.
yeah. That's always a good thing to do too, especially if you just like to create and you don't mind hearing it out of other people. Go ahead and shop some of that music, get that shit out that way, and you know what I mean you like to hoard the music anyway and not release it. So
No,
go
I
ahead.
got a song. I got I got a song that I know Drake will fucking kill it.
Yeah,
It's called Go. It's crazy.
yeah, yeah. Hell yeah, man. No, but you know we're happy to have you down here. I'm glad you came to join us.
I appreciate it being here.
You know, Marley State of Mind, bunch of Bull Studios, happy to have you. You know, what I mean, you got a hell of a story with a lot more chapters to be wrote. You know, what I mean, no caller ID sounding crazy, certified side nigga, y'all can get that now. Also, all the videos. How can they get a hold of you one more time? Give them all your socials and that.
Well, my IG is _lavish_lavy. It used to be at TGOD Lavish, but I just changed that like last week.
Right.
'Cause that's what the name I'm going by now. So that's what I got trademarked. So
Yep.
keep that name. _lavish_lavy. My Facebook is Lavy. Um, Twitter still TGOD Lavish. I can't even. I ain't been
Don't even
on
know how to
Twitter,
change it, huh?
bro. I can't even get on Twitter. Like it's a headache.
No,
So
I
I don't
feel
even.
you. I feel you. My shit be the same.
Snapchat Crookin_Lavy.
Big crooking.
Yep, big Crookin. What else I got? What is my
What about the streaming? How can they stream you if they want to hear the music?
streaming on everything,
Yeah,
any and everything.
yeah. There y'all go.
Like literally any and everything. You can stream me on whatever. Please stream me. I
Yeah,
need stream.
Spotify, Apple, whatever
need
y'all
stream.
listening to.
That's how
Make
I
sure
get
y'all
paid.
checking them out, man.
That's how I get paid. I need stream.
Get these
Please,
guys
especially
paid.
for this album.
Indeed. Indeed, this is the first one under the distro deal, so let's make sure we get it done. Once again, you know what I mean? You're welcome to the world's dopest podcast. We had Lavish in the building. We'll see y'all again next week. Peace.